Did you know that the US inflation rate unexpectedly rose to 3% in January 2025? This was not just a mere statistical blip, but a noticeable rise in the Consumer Price Index, a key measure of inflation. It rose by half a percentage point from December and saw a year-over-year increase of 3.3%. Now that's something to chew on, but that's not all. Core inflation, which excludes the volatile food and energy prices, also saw a rise. This is a clear indication that inflation is not just confined to a few sectors, but is spreading across the broader economy. As a result of this unexpected rise in inflation, the Federal Reserve may have to reconsider its pause on interest rate cuts. This could mean that borrowing costs for businesses and consumers might go up in the near future. This unexpected inflation rise has been described as sobering by Austan Goolsbee, the president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago. How does this unexpected rise in inflation impact the Federal Reserve, you may ask? Well, this inflation surge is indeed complicating the picture for the Federal Reserve, our central bank. Some sectors are experiencing significant price increases, and this uneven progress is a cause for concern. The central bank's efforts to combat high prices are not as effective as we would like them to be. Moreover, this data is suggesting a potential need for the Federal Reserve to extend its pause on interest rate cuts. Yes, you heard it right, extending the pause on interest rate cuts. This is because higher inflation usually prompts central banks to increase interest rates. However, in our current situation, a rate hike might not be the most prudent course of action. Instead, the Federal Reserve might need to maintain the status quo until these inflation trends become clearer. So, what does this mean for the Federal Reserve? They are now faced with the challenging task of interpreting this data cautiously. They need to understand the underlying factors driving this inflation and determine the best course of action. The Federal Reserve is now faced with the challenging task of interpreting this data cautiously and determining the best course of action. What are the broader economic implications of this unexpected inflation rise? Let's start with the domestic front. The unexpected inflation rise presents a conundrum for President Trump. He's been focused on tackling inflation, yet some of his policies, like tariffs, have the potential to further elevate prices. It's a delicate balancing act, and the stakes are high. Across the pond, the UK is feeling the pinch as well. Rising inflation isn't a uniquely American phenomenon, and our friends in Britain are dealing with their own set of rising prices. It's a global issue that calls for global solutions. And what about the future? There are uncertainties looming on the horizon. Trump's tariff plans and the Federal Reserve's policies are variables in an already complex equation. Their effects could ripple through the economy in unpredictable ways. As we move forward, it will be crucial to monitor the effects of this unexpected inflation rise on the global economy. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.